Welcome to the instructional part of the video. You can get tabs and backing tracks if you go to my website, www.erichaugenguitar.com. Today, what am I using? This is my brand new 2018 Guild D140 Dreadnought guitar, solid spruce top, mahogany back and sides. I'm mic'd up with a Rode NT5 condenser microphone, a small diaphragm condenser. That's what you're hearing. Now, let's learn this little arrangement. Okay, the opening bit is interesting. I guess you would call this opening thing a G chord. I'm going to pretend there's no capo. So I'm going to be calling this 5, 5, starting on the A string. 5, 5, 0, and 3. And that's the first thing there. And then he kind of changes it into a sort of a D chord, which is really cool. It's a D chord, sort of, that would happen if you moved a C chord up. It's really a D sus4. Move it back to an F chord, which, yeah, this is my favorite F. This is the Neil Young F, where it's 3, 3, 2, 1. So it's not this one, it's not this one. It's kind of the middle ground. And then a C chord, and then an A7. So that's the opening there. And then I'm going to take kind of the two parts as best I can, Gilly's part and Dave's part, and merge them. So it's an E minor, a little walk up, 0, 2, 3, and I'm hitting the kind of middle inside part of a G chord there, 0, 0, 0 on the D, G, and B, and then I'm going to switch to the A string, and that's the tricky one. So that was 0, 2, and then instead of landing on the 0 there, I land with my pinky on the 5 and build the rest of an A7 chord, which is 5, 4, 2, 0, 0. I guess, is that technically an A7 or an A9? I think it's an A9. And this is the tricky part, and this is the magic of Gillian and David. They'll have these turns that it's unclear exactly whether the chord is major or minor. That little bit there, so I go 0, 2, 0, tag an open G string, and then Dave walks down 3, 2, and I'm going to hit an open D. Because Gilly, I watched footage of them play this on, I think it's live at KEXP. She's got a capo way up here. If I remember correctly, she's doing something like... There's like a riff there, and she does that in Revelator too, where like instead of playing a chord, she does like a... There's a riff, so it's kind of on me or you or someone to decide what it is. So that pattern again. And then you know me, I'm going to do my best to see if I can get the melody. So I go back to that E minor. Now I have 0, 2, 2, flat pointer, pinky out on the 4 to get the... That's the first move. There's a G. So he's still up there on top with that 4. The bottom has moved now to get that 3rd fret. That's kind of my way of getting the chords in the melody. That second part. Yeah, that pinky step back to get a 2 on the G. There's that A, so I'm not doing it like that now to do the melody. I got an 0, 2, 2. Then we got a C, so that is, yeah, 3, nobody, or muted out, or hybrid picked, depending on how you can do it. 2, 0, that C note is going to back down to a B. And that's kind of my best way that I could get that melody to happen and still get the chords going. Goes around through that thing again, the kind of main figure. Then it's kind of back back again. And a little bit different. So it's almost the same. It does the C thing, that 2-0, but now it's going up. So that's really, I think the chord is a B of some variety, but the melody is going O on that G string, O to O on the B in the background. And then walking up to a C and down to that B, whatever it could be, because now we're going to transition to the pre-chorus. So that part, let's see, let's come from so from that C, yeah, you're walking up on that B string, 0 to 1, and then you're going to land on a G chord. Notice I did hybrid pick that. You could probably strum through it. Yeah, that would work too. So there I am on a G with a D note on the melody, which is, my 3rd fret of the B. So that's just a G. Comes off. This is a D with an E as his melody note. So I got a 0 on the D, 2, 5. There's a Dave Rawlings move for you. The open G to the at F sharp, that 4th fret note, yeah. And then you got a little, let's see, we're gonna go from 2 on the G, yeah, 2 on the G to open B, and now here comes an F chord. And you just kind of walk down that F. Yeah, 1, 0, 2, here's a C chord. And again, I'm doing the super duper C that all the cool people like to do. Instead of regular C, you get also a G note in the bass there. And then here's that little walk into that again. 0, 1, here's that G again. Here's that F again. There's that C. And this is where the transition happens. A7. Yeah. Which is his pivot chord from E minor to E major. And then so in the chorus, I'm going to harmonize it way up high just because, I don't know, it made sense to me. I played around with all different ways to put it because there's great vocal harmonies in this and I tried to grab them when I could. So that is, I guess, I won't take the capo off, but, well, okay, so now that I'm so high up, we'll say they're the actual frets. 0, 12, 10. You move forward, these are thirds, to 13, 12. There's that move, yeah. So, and this is just an A bar chord. So we'll consider that 5 now. Do the old. So see what I did there? I lifted off to get that because, yeah, they do that down low, but I'm too far for that, so I just did it. Again, now it's a little different. So similar. That's a little kind of Robbie Robertson kind of thing. I'm at 10 and 10 on the D and the G. I daintily hammer onto that 12. And then I'm going to slide back from this 12 on the A. And then there's that A bar chord again. And then I stayed low. I like that. So that is, I'm down there on that E. So yeah, hammering on that 0 to 1 on that G string. Just hitting the upper part of it, those 2 O's. There's that E7, so pinky on the 3. Yeah, don't go Here comes a D chord. So that's just that portion of a D, just O, 2, and 3. And I'm going to be using that open B to get the melody. They're gonna leave you. Here comes an A chord, which is, we'll consider this 5. O, 7, 6, 5. Again, still just thinking that, but because it's easier to connect. And then there's a little crying, and kind of a little fade off that note, which is just you slide forward to 4 and 4. And then you get the after thinking it was all in fun. I know I sound just like Dave. Okay. That little last part. Still on the A. That's on the G string, that little melody. Here comes a D. Just O and 2 on the D and the G. And then this is clever. You let that note ring, and then you get an E, which I used in the verse, that O, 2, 2 pinky there. And then there's cool, like, a D chord with that E. So it just means if you're here, you can flatten out and get a D chord and an E chord at the same time, which really makes a E9, I guess. Cool chord. So that, again, that's up flat all the way across those. Middle finger is on the 3 of the B. Pinky is on the 4 of the G. And then I just went back around to my kind of amalgamation of Gillian and Dave's parts. Ta-da! This is a really cool song. What I really like about it is the harmonic shift between a minor verse, which is in, well, you know, if we had no capo, it's E minor, and then a major chorus. That's slick. That's Dave Rawlings for you. Have fun with that. Thanks for watching.